Hey everybody, this is Richard the Legend, Board Game Fanatic, and today we're going to be doing Mage Night. What I'm going to show you is the game walkthrough that they prefer you to do before you start playing the game. It does show you some of the rules, it's got some explanation of the rules, the basic rules, and then you have another rule book that you can use after you get the gist of the walkthrough and so forth. There's a lot of things you have to remember when it comes to combat and stuff like this. So we'll go into that. I'm going to show you some cards, go through some cards, go through the different sections of stuff, and then as quickly as we can, so you guys don't get bored. And then we'll go into the gameplay and show you how to set up the game and so forth. Pretty much I'm set up already. So we'll just go quickly through it and I'll explain everything. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is of course the story behind this. This is the first part of Mage Night. So let me read this. And so the so-called heroes who plundered the lost city of Dragon's Gate did not know it was they who would cause the end of the world as they knew it. Thinking that the reference of a gate in the city's name was apocryphal, they were surprised to find an actual magical gate beneath the long forgotten city. The heroes were naive enough to open it, killing them instantly. All Mage Stone, the most concentrated magical substance in existence, detonated, causing millions of deaths and many of the previous seats of power to fall. The breaking, as it became known as 32 years ago. Since then, many of the factions were able to reassemble some of their lost power. The once formidable Atlantean Empire struggles to reunite its kingdom in the face of an all-out assault from the Orc Khans, where once the orcs were content with raids on the borderlands. The rumors of powerful new creatures, perhaps under the control of the Atlanteans, have made them afraid that their window of opportunity is rapidly closing. Fortresses are falling to rampaging hordes of the Khan army, and there are rumors that the Emperor, fearing an eventual assault on the kingdom's most powerful cities, has been increasing their defenses and asking for assistance from old and now silent allies. In several forgotten tombs beneath the Empire, Draconian chrysalias, now in their final stage of maturation, are hatching. The Draconium that will emerge from these ancient incubators are an entirely new evolution, unlike anything the land has ever seen. These long-lost invaders have timed their awakening to coincide with the prophecy that a leader of their kind would emerge at the appointed hour. Until that force is known, they seek to destroy, conquer, and amass power for themselves. As the land suffers under the orc raids and the Drunkdom break through their underground hatchery, yet a third force has arrived on the scene. The peasants call them the Mage Knights. As they prove equally adept at spell and blade, no one knows who sent them or why. Some celebrate them as heroes and liberators and are eager to join their armies, as they believe that they can bring about true stability with their might. Most fear them and close the gates of their cities, as the Mage Knights are strange and choose to remain silent on their motives. In just a few days, a handful of Mage Knights have swept through the countryside in what would have taken entire armies months to conquer. The only hint as to their motivation is that they are clearly heading to the capital. Tonight they will reach its walls. You are a Mage Knight, sent to invade the Atlantean Empire at the behest of the Council of the Void. In a past you have long forgotten, you traded your independence for powers that rival those of the gods. In exchange, the Council asks only loyalty, and now you are being called on to carry out the mission without questioning their intentions. Your reward for your continued obedience: fame, power, knowledge, and treasure. Anything you encounter while on your mission is yours to keep, and you are free to work with or against your fellow Mage Knights as you carry out the Council's commands. Perhaps someday you will regret your decision to join the ranks of the void. But for now, you march towards the silhouette of a city on the horizon. Okay. And basically this game, you can do it a few ways. You could do it solo. You could also do it competitive. And you can also do it cooperative. There's 3 ways you can do it. The best way, I think, is competitive, because you are working semi-cooperative with the basically goal that's set for that specific scenario. But you are trying to get the most fame points at the end of the game. So that's basically what we're going to be doing here too. Alright, the last piece of writing I have to read is the first reconnaissance. This is your first assignment as a Mage Knight. You have in order to travel to the unknown part of the Atlantean Kingdom, map it, and locate its capital. For now, it's all the Council Void asks of you. Any treasure, knowledge, or fame you gather during this quest is yours to keep. Now this book basically has all the rules in it. I've went through this a few times already, and I'm going to try to explain to you in layman terms how this works. Okay, so we are going to start with rounds and turns, explain those, and then we'll go into more in-depth stuff. Okay, so we're going to go to the table here. We're getting closer, and we'll set that up, and we'll explain some stuff. All right, before we go on to the game. First thing we're going to talk about are rounds and turns. Turns are the we're going to have a total of 4 turns during this walkthrough. So one's going to start. It's going to start day first, and these are the day tactics. This is the night tactics, and this is the first thing we do. The first part of the round, first part of the turn, I should say. Let's make that accurate. And we put these out, and they have numbers on them from 1 to 6. What happens here is there's some of these that have special abilities on them, and you will have these during that turn. So you have to look at these and see which one you would want to pick. Now, basically, I get to pick first because I'm playing a solo game. Now, in the multiplayer game, we would randomly put all the round tokens right here on the side, and we would decide who's going to be first to pick. Now, after you pick, though, this is going to determine who's going to go first during the round, the turn, and that's going to be by these numbers. So the lower number you have, that person's going to start first. Okay? All right. So that is basically the first thing we will do. And we'll explain more of these cards later when we get into the gameplay. But there are ones for the day. These are the days, and these are nights. Okay? Now, rounds. Rounds go like this. The first thing we would do is we take 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We shuffle our cards. We have a total of 16 cards. So you have 5 cards, and you get to do a move action, move and explore action, because that's together, and you get to do one specific action. All right. So basically, let's do an example. So I have, well, I only have one move, so I'll do that. Now, with this move, action, I would put this in my play area, and I would place it there. Now, I would decide if I want to do the lower or the higher powerful one. Now, this is a blue card, so this basically goes, there's mana involved here. We'll explain about the mana in a second. So, if I decided to use the mana during my turn, I would take one of these, and I have a blue, there's a blue tie here, so I could place it here and move forward. So I would move forward. So I go 1. Now, the thing on this in movement is it's based on whichever terrain is. Now the green terrain is 2. So I go 2, 4. So that's my move. Now what I could do, it might be beneficial for me now, is 1, 2, and I go to the mine here. Now, that is my move action. So I could use other cards, and we'll explain more about the cards and what's. I don't want to go too specific, but that's a move action. Then you would pick another action. Now this is a mine. The only thing about the mine is you get a crystal. It's a crystal mine, so you basically will get a crystal, and that would be my action. Well, at the end of my turn, I'll get that. Right, but the actions comprise of a few things. You can interact with people in the villages. You can do combat, and you could also interact with specific buildings. The thing is, we don't right now. We only like we could do the specific terrain, and there's special. The cards I'll explain here in a bit. They have symbols and what they're used for, what actions they're for. There's certain ones that are combat. There's certain ones for movement. There's certain ones for influence. I forgot about influence. That's another action you can do. Influence your villagers and stuff to get some stuff. So that is a round. Now these rounds will keep going until we finish all these cards. Whoever finishes first with their cards, their deck, at the end of that turn, they will say, "Oh, I'm done with my turn," then we go into night phase, night turn, and we go back to day and we go to night, and then we finish. All right. So our objective right now is to get to the city. Right now we're here at this gate right now. That's the only thing we have to do. All right. So that is an explanation on rounds and turns. I hope you guys can understand that. Pretty simple. That's a simple explanation right now. Okay? So we're going to go more in depth here in a second. So, that is that. So next thing we're going to talk about is improving heroes. Okay. Now, the object of improving heroes is, the way you improve heroes is by this fame track. Now, the way you get fame, one way is to combat creatures on the spaces. And we'll talk more about the monsters, but they have fame points at the bottom. And when you conquer a monster, you will get that amount of fame points. Like these are both 4. So you would move, if you conquered one of those, you move 4. So go 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, at your end of the turn though, and plus you would get a reputation, because you would go up 1 spot on your reputation track because you killed a monster that the people don't really like to be in the land, so they're happy that you killed them. But also, the first thing that's going to happen is you're going to get a skill from your skill deck, and you will pick 2 of these, and you'll decide which one you want to do. And then you also get to pick a advanced skill. Advanced card for your deck. So your deck's going to keep rebuilding. Alright, and then as soon as you move out of this one, you come down here, then you will move these tokens. Right now we're at 2 armor and 5 cards per round. And we have 1 command token, and that's used for our allies. That we can list them. We have one. We can get 1 person, 1 unit to be part of our adventure party. Let's say. Okay. So right now we don't have anybody. All right. So that. And the way you advance, also you can advance by getting spells. You can advance by getting artifacts. You're getting advanced by killing creatures that shouldn't be in the land in the first place. Sometimes you want to go into a village, you may want to plunder it. That's not really a good thing. You will bring your reputation down. It won't do anything to your fame, because your fame always goes up. Your reputation goes back and forth, depending on what you want to do. But sometimes plunder is good because you get to take 2 cards off your deck and put it in your hand. So you always have, you may have more than 5 cards at one point. Okay, so You also will increase certain fame when you go to different inhabited spaces. Okay. What else? Skills I talked about. Command tokens gets you more powerful. And that's basically pretty much improving your heroes. That's a simple explanation. Okay? Next thing we're going to talk is about ending the game. So ending the game is either going to end two ways. Either we're going to find the city and then we're going to get one more round after to do another 5 cards, or we're going to finish the night turn, the last night turn, the 4th night turn, and then the game will pretty much stop, and we'll get one more turn, and that's it. Period. All right, that's basically what the end of the game is. Okay. All right, now we're going to talk about the game components. This is really important. All right, so we're going to, first of all, I'm going to bring the stuff, each individual thing up, and we're going to see it close up so you get the gist of what we're talking about. And then we'll go into some other things. But we're going to talk about the game components first so you understand what's going on. All right. Okay, the first thing we have is our starting tile. The starting tile is the only one that has ocean on it. This and your gate. So this is where we're going to start pretty much all our games when we use. Now this is double-sided because it does have a B side. We're going to be using the A side. That's B side, and we're going to be using the A side. Now the A side, if you look on the, I don't know if I can get any closer to it. You can see an A head right here in this point. You're gonna put all your tiles are gonna be corresponding to that. So when you put one tile, it's gonna be facing the same direction as the A, and 2 will be facing the same direction as the A. So all we're gonna do is when we set the tiles up, that's gonna be that way because the reason why is that they have a set way of it being set up. Now during this walkthrough, all our tiles are numbered and they're going to be numerically ordered from lowest to highest. Okay, so that's basically how we have in this. Normally, we will shuffle all these tiles. Well, this one will be shuffled, but the next set of tiles, our countryside tiles, will be shuffled. All right, so let's look at these real quick. Countryside tiles. Let me move this over a little bit, and I'll bring in one from the back side. Are all green. That's what they correspond to. Basically, for these, we will put them all out. But when you have 2 players, you will remove 3 tiles from the countryside tiles. If you have 3 players, you will remove 2. And 4 players will remove 0 tiles. So all the tiles will be used during the 4-player game. Main reason is because you've got more people traveling, so it's going to be better to have all the tiles. More beneficial for everybody. Okay? So these are pretty much the less developed tiles. They have some buildings on them. They also have certain symbols on them. This is the warriors, the green tiles that we're going to be putting on here for all our creatures, enemy creatures that we want to attack. If you flip one of these tiles over and it has one of those swords there, we'll put a tile there and flip it face up. We have villages right now. This will be on our first 2 tiles. And we have our area for a place for healing and stuff, and we'll talk more about the spaces, the buildings and stuff here in a bit. I'm not going to go into too much detail right now. All right, so those are the countryside tiles. All right. Next tiles we have are our core tiles, and these are more developed. They have more stuff on them, and we'll see these later on. They also include the city tiles in these developed ones, and this is a city tile with the big city on the middle. So that's what we're going to be trying to look for. So what happens is when we set this up, we're going to take these 3 tiles and we're going to shuffle them. And we're going to randomly shuffle them and put them on the bottom. Okay? We don't know which one's going to be. Alright, we have enemy and ruin tiles and specific keep tiles. The main ones that we'll see right away, first of all, are going to be the marauding orcs. These are these green tiles, and you flip them over, and that basically shows you which creature. And we'll explain about all the numbers here in a little bit when we talk about combat. The next thing is we have our draconiums, and these are another type of monster that will be available. These are ruins. Dungeons. And you would flip these over and you would get specific monsters there that will attack. You have your keeps. They have monsters on there to protect the keep. You have your mages, mage towers, you have your cities, and then you have your ruins. Okay? So that's basically all our tokens. Alright, and those, we'll see a lot of those. We'll see a lot of the green ones right now and the brown ones probably. But otherwise, the other ones we won't see till we get to other tiles. Alright, so those are basically the enemy and ruin tokens. Alright, we're going to talk about cards now. First of all, we're going to talk about D cards. Now, D cards are cards that are going to go into our hand. So these are our 16 cards, basic cards that we start with. Each character that is going to be playing in the game gets 16 cards. Alright, that's the first thing. These are just basic cards, and we'll talk more about the action and stuff here in a bit, showing you some cards and some examples. Okay, the next ones are your advanced cards, and these are these here. And they're a little bit more powerful. And you get these when you, like I said, when you advance this track here, you'll get an advanced D card, and you also get a skill. Okay, so those are the advanced action cards. All right, then we have our spell cards here, and these have a bunch of spells. They're different. They're purple. They have 2 different spells on them. The ones on the bottom are used for nighttime. Normally, at night you're going to be using these. The top one will be the one you'll use during the day. This is the less powerful one. And then we got our artifacts on the pile here. These are really strong cards, and you'll find these in specific locations on the board when you get there. And we'll explain about where you can find these in a second. Okay? Now, these cards here are bad. These are our wound cards. Now, when you get these, for example, let's say I have my 5 cards here, and I'm combating something. So I use my attack, and let's say I'm blocking, but I don't have enough block. I only have block 2, and it's supposed to be block 3. Well, that will take, then we'll go to my armor and say, okay, I got 3, they're attacking me with 3, so I have 1 left. So basically, I would have to go and take a card and put it on my hand. Now what happens is, these will stay in your hand pretty much the whole turn. So you're going to start cluttering these cards. These are going to be in here. So you're going to be using these cards, but these will stay in your hand. So the next round that you do, you may not collect enough, you won't collect as many cards because you only get a maximum of 5 cards. So if you have 2 of these, you only get 3 at the next round, 3 cards to use. So that's why you want to be very careful of how you use these cards, okay? These are big trouble. Okay, and we'll explain more about those in a bit. Alright, so those are wound cards. Alright, so those are the cards. We're going to talk about the regular elites. The elite cards are gold. These are the regular. And during this game, when you're only using the regular ones, the elite ones are inside the box already. But these are all our different units that we can get. And we'll explain about how you get these, how you enlist these, and what these numbers all correspond to and stuff here in a bit. Just want to explain. These are the units. Okay, and at the start of the game, we will get, because we have one player playing, we're going to have 3 out. So I place 3 out here. Okay, so we have our set 3. Okay. The rest of the cards we'll put out when we need them. Then we also have our tech cards, and we talk tactic cards. We talk about them. The night card, tactic cards are a day that will give us specific decides where we're going to be during the rounds, when we're going to go, doing our actions and stuff. So we'll get more into that here in a second. That's what the tactic cards are for. Okay, site description cards. All right, this is important. When we set up a board, we are going to have only 3 locations right now. These are all our sites, and they have explanation of each one of these. So we have our village. We're going to have our crystal mines, we're going to have our magical glade, and we're going to have our marauding orcs out on our boards. So anytime you are near any of these, for example the village, you're going to have specific actions you can do on there. You have magical glade, you will have specific actions you can do. Crystal mines, same thing. And then the marauding orcs will basically says when revealed, place a green orc enemy token face up on the space. Effect: no one can enter a space that is occupied by the orc enemy token. You can go adjacent to it, but you cannot. If you go adjacent to a marauding orc and you move another space adjacent to it, they will start combat first. So you want to be very careful about moving around the board next to a marauding orc. All right, we'll talk more about movement here in a bit. Okay, so those are those cards. All right, players. All right, they're going to set up. The first thing we have is our skill tokens, and we have a bunch of variety of them here, and we supposedly do them randomly. Put them in a pile. We don't have any right now, so we're going to put these in a big pile and set them right here. Okay. We also have our character card. And we set up our level tokens on here. And so right now we're at level 1 and we have an armor class of 2 and we get 5 cards during each round. We have 1 command token that's going to be used for our units that we can get. We get to get 1 unit out of here and put it here to use. Alright, and this is mine. Let me put this back in here. We have of course, our action cards, our basic action card deck. We also have our skill description, and the ones you want to use. Let's see, what's this one? Oh, so this one here is for the competitive game. So we're going to put this to the side. We don't need it. We're going to do the cooperative because the first game is always going to be cooperative. And with this one's going to go away too. And we also have the one for the AI character here. Okay? Alright. What else? Oh, and then our shield tokens. We place 2 here. We place 1 on our tracks. Okay? And then the rest of these will be used to set up landmarks that we have conquered. We'll use these and we'll get points at the end for that. Let's see, is there anything else I missed? Oh, the figure. Each person got a figure. Of course, is mine. It's already painted. It's kind of cool. Skill tokens, skill description, D-deck, I already talked about. And we're going to shuffle these and take 5 cards And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to start. Okay. That's my first card hand. Alright. And that is that. So now we have the fame and repetition board. We kind of explained this. This is where your fame is going to get increased. It will never go down, but a repetition track will go up and down depending on what you do during the game. Alright. One thing you want to know about the repetition track, whenever you do any influence points, this will be used to add or subtract to your influence points that you have. Because if you're up here at 5, you get +5. If you're down here, you get -5. And if you're at X, you cannot do any talking to any villagers, because you won't get any influence, because they don't like you because you've done so many bad things so far. Then that's what that's basically for. All right. And like I said with the frame, every even numbers, even 1, 2, is going to get you a skill and an advanced card, and every odd is going to give you. It's going to take one of these one off. You flip it over. You have another place for another unit. And this goes to 3 armor class and 5, and it keeps gradually going up. Alright, so you get more stuff. Alright? So that's what those are for. Alright. Alright, so first we're going to discuss our day-night board. So, with the first round, we're going to be using the day board. So we're going to roll the dice, and we're going to put these out. Now, for example, I have a blue, green, and a black. The black, because we have 2 and that's more than half, this is going to go in our deplete section. So during this round, or I should say during this turn, we will only have 2 dice. There's a chance that we'll have more blacks in here, and we may have no dice at one point. Okay? So, for example, if let's say I use this one, okay, and I re-rolled it, and I get a red, okay, that'll be at the end of my round. So then I would go pick it again, and at the end of the round I would use it, and I would go pick it up. So they're going to keep changing, okay. So that's basically what that is used for the dice. These are your movements for your terrains. So during day, you're going to have the green is going to be 2. These hilly areas are going to be 3. The forest is going to be 3 also. 4 is like kind of like not desert, but like canyons and stuff like that. And then desert will be 5. The canyons will be 4. And then this real rough terrain is going to be 5, and cities will be 2. And then you have the 2 red X's here. That means that the lakes you can't cross, and the mountains you can't cross. Okay? So after we finish our turn, finish all our cards and so forth, then we'll flip this over and we'll do the night. We'll get our tactics for the night placed out. We'll do that first. Then we will roll our dice, and we'll place them out. Now the blacks are good for night, so they're going to be out here. Those are used to make more powerful spells. That's all it's used for. It's not like the yellows for days that were used for wild. The blacks only used for spells, make it more powerful if you have spells available in your deck. Okay, so that's basically it. And then the only thing that really changes is your forest will go up to 5. Your desert goes down to 3 because you have no sun right now, so it's going to be at 3. I think that's the only 2 that changed during the night phase. So that's basically the board, night and day board. Okay, so let me roll this again one more time. Alright, perfect. Yellow, green, white. Alright, so the next thing is the mana. Mana is very important. So, tokens. When they talk about tokens and they tell you to get a token, the tokens will be placed here, not on the inventory of your character card, but outside here, and you can use these on cards. If you don't use these by the end of your round that you're doing, these are going to be totally taken away and put back in supply, so you don't use them. Now, if you get a crystal, basic crystal, you place on here, you can keep that as long as you want through the whole game if you don't use it. Okay, you probably will use it, but crystals are good and stay there. Dice, you can use one of these dice during your round for a specific card, and you will place it on the card. And when your round is over, I should say your turn is over. Well, no, I'm sorry. Your round is over. I'm getting confusing it. Round is over. You're going to re-roll the dice and place it back onto the board. So this may change for the next person, and so forth. It's a multiplayer game. All right. So those are the three things. Now the basic colors that can go on here are red, green, yellow, and blue. You can only have 3 of each on this card. Okay? So those are the mana. Okay. Mana tokens, crystals. Okay. Now one thing about the dice is when we begin the game, for the one player you're going to have 3. 2 players you will have 4. 3 players you will have 5, and 4 players you will have 6 dice on the board. So you get a little more extra. You get to choose more because you have more people. Okay. All right. Now let's talk about the first round. Now we have it all set up, ready to go. First round. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is choose our tactics. So the first thing we're going to do is check. For the first round, I'm going to pick one of these tactics from our day tactics cards. And this will determine who's going to go first during the round. Okay? After you finish, you get your 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's the example? And we'll say I told you before you have a move. So let's say about a move here. And I don't have a move. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go a little bit more in depth, but we'll talk about this in a second. But you can use any card to go one move. So let's say I wanted to do 2 moves. I could do sideways and do 2 moves. So then I decide to go and influence a village. I go to the village and I influence with 2. Okay, that's my action. And that will get something in the village. Right now, there's nothing but this one is 4. So I could do that to make this 4 influence and pick this card. That'd be my action. Okay? As soon as I finish that, these cards, end of my turn, I'm done. I put these in my discard pile. They don't go in my deck. They stay in my discard pile. Okay, as soon as that's done, if I use one of these dice, let's say I use one on these specific cards, I would have rolled, I would have to re-roll the die and put it back on. Alright, that's one thing we have to do. Any not crystals, but tokens I have here, not being used, I put it back in the supply. Okay. And then you get to choose. If I say I didn't use all these cards, I had 2 left, and I decided I have, except for wounds now. If you have wounds in your hand, you have to keep them. But any unwound cards, you can say, oh well, next turn I'm not going to really do influence. But the thing is, I don't understand. Maybe there's a chance when you're expert level, you have more cards. Yeah, you can decide what you want to keep and not. But you can decide to discard any of the cards out of your hand. So you can pick 4 cards instead of 3 cards. Okay, then after that, you will grab your 5 cards limit, and that'll be your turn. Okay, so that's basically your round, and then then goes the next player, and the next player after that, and the next player after that. So that's the first round. That's how it works. Okay? Now, let's say I finish all my cards, and they're all in the discard pile. This is where the end of turn comes in. Alright? So I would say, alright, I'm done with my turn, and all my cards in the discard pile, I'm ending my turn. Okay, the next player, all the other players at least get another turn before the end of the turn is over. As soon as that's done, we flip the day to night, and we go into the next turn, and we do the tactic cards for the night time. Okay, that's how that works. All right. All right. So now on your okay, on the round, talk more specifically what happens here. Okay, I think you take your 5 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, and you got a choice. During your round, you could play your regular turn, or you can rest, okay, and we'll explain what that means in a second. Alright, a regular turn has 2 parts. Like I said before, move and explore. So that comes together. You also have 1 action. Okay? Now, when you explore, that means you're going to put another one of these tiles out. That's what exploring does. So, for example, if let's say I was here at the village, and I'm right at the empty space, I could explore the next space over and place a tile. Now, that takes 2 movement to do it. But you can do explore at the same time you do your movement. Alright, that is not considered an action. You're just flipping the tile over. Now for the solar game that we're playing, for the reconnaissance, we get 1 fame point for each one we flip over. Okay, so that's a good thing for us. We get to move this 1 space when we explore. Okay, now actions. Now let's talk about the action cards in my deck, my 16 card deck. We'll show some cards and we'll do some explanation of them. Alright, so let me place those out, and we'll let's see if I have some of these cards that have the different symbols. Okay, what's the other one? That one, okay. And let's see if I don't think I have. Can I have one? Oh yeah, right here. Okay. Alright, so I'll bring these out and you're getting close to the camera so you can see them, the symbols, and we'll explain them. Okay. Alright, so these are some of the action cards that we'll be using. Okay, the first one on top on the left side, you have 2 symbols. You have like a boot symbol and a cross symbol. What that means is that card can be used either in movement action, the move action, or the combat action. So if you look on the top, it says move 2. Okay, so that's good. That's for movement. On the bottom action, it says range attack 3. And we'll talk about range attacks in a bit. But one thing you want to remember is the bottom one is always using a specific mana. So let's say you wanted to use the dice for that, you would place the dice on there, and that would give you that range attack 3 if you're doing combat. Okay, so that's what that's for. The next one has a movement. It can be used for movement action. It can be used for influence. That's what that like the head symbol is, and it's used for combat too. So any of those 3, that card can be used for all those 3 specific things you can do. The next one is basically only combat. You can see that, the Rage. Rage is attack or block 2, and attack 4 is more powerful. All the bottom ones, always you need to use mana. You have to have them available to use them. Okay, the next one on the left, with the just looks like a cross, that is a special card, and that is used to maneuver maybe another specific card you have in play, or you can gain a blue, white, or red mana token you could use during the round for another card. Alright, so it's going to help with that. Then the hand symbol on the next card has to do with healing. So you heal 1. That means heal 1 means you're going to take, if you heal, you are either healing a wound from your hand, okay, or you're healing a wound off a unit. Now, units are different because units I'm going to explain to you soon. There's a specific code when it comes to level. There's either 1, 2, or 3. So if it's a 1, yes, you can use 1 heal to heal a wound off that unit. If it's a 2, you would have to have two heals. And 3, you would have to have 3 heals. Okay? So that's big, and we'll explain more of that in a bit. I was going to bring it up right now, but be more explanation later for that. Okay? Now, talking about action cards, we have to talk about specific terms. Alright, so playing a card. I kind of explained this. You're either going to play the top or the bottom. Depending on, if you want to use the bottom, you're going to use mana to maneuver that action. If you use the top, you're going to use the top action. Okay? So that's how you're going to play the card. It's basic with the one on below with the mana. Now, talking about stacking, you can. Let's see if we don't have any more. Let's see if I have any more mana. Oh, here we go. Let me, for example, I'm bringing these cards out. Take these out. All right, we're doing a move. Let's say I don't want to move just 2 spaces. I want to move 6 spaces. So I have 3 cards that have movement on them. So this is movement 2, this is movement 3, and this is, movement 2 also, and this is movement 2 also. Now I can even make it much better because I could take a crystal and just put this down on this one. So now I have 2, 6, and 8. 8 movement. So that's stacking. You can use cards, stack them together for doing one specific action. The same with combat. You can do combat and add them all together to make the combat stronger so you can kill the monsters you're trying to get done. So that's stacking. Alright. Now, next term is playing it sideways. You can take, let's say I have a 4 movement. Okay? 4 movement. Okay? But I want to go 5. And I don't have any more movement cards. I can take a Rage card and go sideways, and that will give me 1. So any card except for wounds, you can't use wound cards for them. You can use any other action card you have in your hand, and put it sideways, that will give you 1 move, or you can do 1 combat, or you can do 1 influence, depending on whichever action you're doing. Okay? So that's playing sideways. And we already explained special cards will be used. Let me see if I have a special card that can do something, and we'll explain that real quick. Okay, let's do this. Alright, now this card, I have to use a mana to do it. Alright, let's say, okay, let's say I need to block 5. Just curious. And I didn't have any red mana. Okay? Alright, so this one gives me block 2, this gives me block 2, but I need 1 extra. Oh, that's not a good thing. Well, let's say I need 6, and I don't have any more blocks. So basically I take a green, and this one basically says when you play this, play another card action card with it, get the stronger effect of the card for free. If that effect gives you move, influence, block, or any type of attack, get another amount plus. So basically, I would use the green to produce that. So basically, that would even give me better because I would get, let's say, I want to use this one for free. I get to use this one for free. So it says when you play this another action card with it, get the stronger effect of the card for free. That effect gives you move, influence, or block, or any type of attack. Get the amount plus 2. So basically, that's what I'm doing. So I can take a block 4 here, block 2 here. That's 6, and then plus 2 more, so that's 8. So I would have a block 8 instead of a. That's basically what a special card would do for me. All right, depending on whatever's on the right up there. Okay. Well, that's what special cards are for. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we went through some of the cards. We're gonna start to play this game, play through, and see if this makes sense to you guys. So, any of the other stuff that I haven't talked about yet, combat stuff like that, we'll get into when we get to the combat stuff. First thing you have to do is pick 2 of these tokens, place them out, here and here, okay, all set there. Alright, so next we do is we pick one of our tentacles. So let me put this on so I can read. Alright, so early bird is of course going to be number 1. We think is when you take this tactical, discard up to 3 cards, including wounds, from your hand, then draw that many cards, shuffle your discard pile back into the deep deck. Okay. When you take this tactic, take 1 mana die of basic color from the source and put it on this card. You can use this mana on any of your turns this day. If you do, re-roll it at the end of the turn and return to the source. Okay, and then at the end of each turn, planning if you have at least 2 cards in your hand before you draw, because if your hand limit is 1 higher, restart. When you take this tag, immediately draw 2 cards, so it'll give me 5 cards. And then one time this day during your turn, you can announce that you will take another turn immediately after this. If you do, flip this card face down. Okay. So let me shuffle my cards. I don't know if I shuffle them good enough. Okay. Oops. Alright, so I think I'm gonna do I'm going to take this one, a great start. So that means I get 2 extra cards, so I get 7 cards total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then all these, I'm going to shuffle and then pick 1 randomly for him. And he got 2, so he's gonna go first, like it shows already. I'll slide these down here, bottom for now. Okay, so he gets to go. So he deals 1 card. He's got red, so he gets to pick 1 more card and goes down there. That's his turn. All right, so now I get a chance to move. Let's see what I have here. Oh, I got the mushroom. Oh, it was siege attack, range attack. Let's see, and this is, Ooh. Now I can get, but I don't know if I can get to it. So I would have to have 7 points. So, alright, so I got, yeah, I can do it. So, 2, you know what, hold on a second, I'm going to use that card. Let's see, use this, and then I'm going to use this one. That gives me the red, I mean the blue, so that gives me 6. And then, I guess I'll move this one too, put this here, that's 6, so that'd be 2, 4, oh wait, no, 6, 10, I would have 8, so that's good enough. I need 7 total. Okay, so I'll move here to this place here, that's probably a good idea. Because I'll explain that what that space does to me for now. But I am going to attack this guy. So basically, the first thing that happens with combat is we do range or siege attacks. Okay, so and the problem with that is, oh wait a minute, hold a second, I don't want to do that there. Maybe I don't want to attack him right now. You know what? I have no crystals. I just realized that. So, fire influence. I don't have influence either. So. This is why you're supposed to look at your cards first. I can't believe this. I think this magical glade. If you end your turn on a magical glade, you can throw away 1 wound from your hand to the discard pile. This is not the same as healing, and the effect cannot be combined with other healing effects. Also, if you start your turn on the magical glade during the day, you gain a gold mana token. If you start your game on a magical glade during the night, you will gain a black mana token. So, during my next turn, I will get a gold token. That's going to help me attack this guy. So I think I'm just going to wait on that. So I have 4 cards right now. So, I'm just going to grab me 1 more. Okay. Use that for the next turn. And then I take this off, roll it, and then sun, and then these go in my discard pile. Okay? That's my turn. Alright, so then he goes. And he got another red, so he gets another one, so he gets that. Alright, and then I go. So, let's see what I'm going to do here. I got a green. See, so I can attack this guy. He has no, so I got a siege, so I'm going to use this. I'm not moving. So I'm going to use this and use the green. He gives me siege attack 3, and he's got 3 armor, so that basically kills him. So I get 2 fame for that. and that's it. So when you do a siege attack or a ranged attack, that's before they can even attack you. So that's the benefit about having a siege attack. Right, and that's my turn because that's my action. So I reroll it and get a black, so this goes in here. This goes in my discard pile. Okay, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I get one more. Okay, that's my turn. All right, so then I so it's here green. All right, so that's it. What do I want to do now? Let's see. I don't. This man die. That one's really tough though. Physical attack. I don't have. So I would have to get. Let's see, how much would I need? I would have to move. Oh, I just have to move one into the village. Well, two, I mean, sorry. So that's what I'll. Let's see, what do I have? Another two? No. So I will go move two. Alright, so that's my move. So I will move here to village. Okay. Now, what do I want to do here? Do I want to go? I have no influence right now. I don't need no healing. And I really don't want to plunder because that's going to take reputation off. Oh, that reminds me, I forgot to move here. I had to move one space on reputation. Whenever you kill a guy, one of these enemies, orc enemies, you get to move up one. So I had to move that. Next thing I'm going to do is probably, let's double check what that does for me when it comes to combat. So, just to verify, these enemies resist the physical damage. When attack them, the total value of attacks is halved. And except for a fire and attack, take a look at the ironclads they have. Okay, so ranged attacks are still considered physical attacks. Okay, so I would have to do 6 damage, and one thing is, it says I got a mana pool, so I could use a special first. And I will use this dice. So you can use one additional mana die from the source turn. This turn, die is black. Use it to produce mana of any color. Okay, so I'm not using those, but I'm going to use these two. So I'm going to use those two. And oh shoot, I don't have. That's not going to work. You know what, let me do that. I'll take that back. Shoot, I only have a range attack too. But he's going to get, I have to have a block of 4. And I only have, well, I can do a block of 4. Yeah, I don't know. Shoot, I don't want to attack him first, or do I want to stay there with this turn? I'm trying to think what's important right now because I don't have what I need right now. Because I used, that was dumb. Okay. You can use one additional mana die source. That's only give me 3. I need 6. Yeah, I don't have to block. So, well, hold on. I don't need block 2. Yeah, that's not gonna help me. So I'll wait. I'm gonna have to wait. Okay, is there anything I can do in here? In the village, I guess I could do the village. Get these 2. I need 4 though. So, you know what? I'm just gonna use all 4 dice then. 4. Yeah, so I'll take all 4 sideways, and I'll do influence, and I'll grab this guy. So this guy goes here, and that's my turn, so I will put these down. Okay, and the start pile, and then I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hopefully I can get something better. Alright, so that's my turn. Alright, so what am I do next? Let's see what I have here. I think I have enough blocks now to do it. Okay. So we're gonna. That's gonna be. Yeah. So I would have to block 4. So this guy, he's got a special ability, and I'm gonna probably attack him. Just so you know what that means, he's got brutal. So if an enemy is brutal, it's dangerous. If you fail to block such an attack, it does double damage in the next phase. This means a brutal attack of 3 can either be blocked by 3, or it goes through 6 points of damage. So, first thing he's gonna do, he's gonna try to attack me for 4. So I need a block for 4. So I'm going to discard this card, the Tranquility card, was improvisation. Discard another card from your hand to get a block 3, so that's 3. And then I have a block 2, so that's 5. So that gives me 5 there. And let's see what oh wait, no, that's not gonna work. Wait, hold on a second. Maybe let me do something else. No. I got a better idea. So I'm gonna use one of these yellows to block 5. That will for my block. All right, and then I need to attack. Oh, I need to attack 6 on this guy. That's 3. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to attack 6. And that's not gonna work either. Shoot. Wait a minute. It's a special card. So I could draw another card. Hopefully I get something good. I didn't take anything good I needed. Shoot. Alright, so I need. So just go to my card to get a move. Oh, what am I doing? I did block 2. I just realized I have this. So I'm going to use my unit so I get attack 2. So I need a total of 6. So 2. Let's see, that's going to be 2. Okay, then I will have to discard another card. So I will do this one. So this comes out to 3, so that's 5. And then I'll use this guy for 6 for another attack for 6. Alright. So that gives me 6. So this guy is done. Alright, so this guy gives me 4 for fame, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and this guy gets discarded. And then I will get to take 3 of these cards out. So, and I think I'll take this Firebolt. Okay. And then I get to pick a skill. So I have these 2 skills. I will look those up real quick and explain them to you. So one of them is Hard Find Magic once around, flip this screen, flip this to gain 1 red crystal to your inventory and 1 red or black mana token. Okay, or Dark Pass. When the turn, move 1 during the day or move 2 during the night. I think I'm going to take this one. This goes here. Okay, this is my. I have that. This one's going to go in this the supply. Then we also take one from his, put in the supply. Okay, and that one is once it turn, block 3, or ice block 2, or fire block 2. Okay, so at least I get a crystal. I don't want to get the mana on that. Get screwed for that. So that's done. So I have to reroll this. Green. So this goes in discard. These go in discard. And right now I have that. That's not. I won't get to use that till next round. All right. So then I go and take cards back. So I got 4 total. All right. That's my turn. Oh, and I get to move up 1 more. My rotation. And then he goes, gets 2 cards. 1, 2. Okay. Alright. And then, what do I want to do next? Alright, so now, because I'm close to here, I can explore if I want. And I don't have any movements. So I would have to take 2 of these cards out. So I will do these 2 for 2 movements. Okay. So I will grab the next one out and I will place this. I think it goes right here. Yep. Like that. So that will take 1 of these and place this there. And that is a keep. So we get to keep that one out. So when revealed, place a gray enemy token face down on the space. Token is revealed during the day if a player is adjacent to it. So I'm gonna put that out because we have that already. So right now, I'm not adjacent to it. Okay, so then, why do I only have, oh, I only have 4 cards left. That's right. So I could move, no, it doesn't really matter when I move. So I'm gonna have 2 moves anyway. So I guess I got 2 more moves. I'll move over here to the village, and that's the end of my turn. So I will do this, and I will say end of the whole turn. So the whole round is done. Okay. Oh, and I forgot to get one more frame for that, flipping over that card, that map. So, he gets one more turn. So you got red, so he gets one more. Boom. Alright, so that's the end of that round. Okay, so let me go and do the end of round part. Alright, so the end around part. The first thing we do is we flip the day-night board over to the side and the time gauge changes. So we take these off, we flip this over. Okay, and then we re-roll the dice. So this can go here. Red and yellow. Okay, good. Alright, re-roll the amount of dice we did. Take all unit cards from the unit offer that are not recruited and put them on the bottom of the deck. Well, these 2 go here and replace them with 3 other ones. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. Alright, and next thing we do is reveal new cards for the unit offer and the amount of cards. We already did that. For the advance offer, move the card that is on the lowest position offer and return it to the bottom of the advance deck. Shift the cards down and place a new card from the top of the deck in the topmost position offer. Well, that's during a multiplayer game, but because we're doing a solar, the bottom one goes here to the solo player, and these get refilled. Okay. Alright, so we did that. Spell off is refreshed in the same way as actions. So we do these. So these haven't been done. So the bottom one was green. So basically he gets a green crystal, and he gets placed here, and then this one goes on the bottom of the deck, and these get slide over, and this one comes up here. Okay, so that's that for the spells. Okay, shuffle all D cards. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle all the D cards. This gets readied. I'm good there. You just get shuffled. I'm almost there to get upgraded, so I'm going to get another. It's kind of good. Okay. And shuffle his cards. These 2 days ones get put away. These get discarded because we're doing a solo game. We do get the one for night. So we got 1, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1 is of course the first place. A long night. One time this night, if your deed deck is empty, you may shuffle this card pile and put 3 cards randomly back in the deed deck. Then flip this card face down. Mana search once per turn. Before you use mana from the source, you may re-roll up to 2 mana dice in the source. Then choosing the dice to re-roll, you must pick gold dice first if there are any. One time this night, before any of the turns, you may shuffle up to 5 cards, including wounds, from your hand back into the D deck, and then draw that many cards, and flip this card face down. Preparation, then when you take this tactic, search your deck for any one card and put it in your hand and shuffle your deck. Then power, once before you start of each one of your turns, choose one. Put the top card of your deed deck face down under this card, or flip this card face down and put all D cards onto your hand. Wow. Okay, so I think I'm gonna take this long night. Alright. So okay, and I'm gonna take all these and shuffle them. We'll figure out, see where he's at. Pick a random card. And you got one, so he goes first again. Alright, put these on the bottom. Okay. So he's gonna take his green, so he gets one more card. Boom. Alright, then I get my 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's see. Move. I got points. Oh, good. Am I in a village space? Yes, I am. Well, I can't do anything right now with that. God, can't do that. I guess I'll use this card, draw a card. I'll draw another card, so we have a influence card. Shoot. So I can move 3. Let's see, I can move 2. Okay. That's what I'll do then. So, I'm going to take this card, discard it, and this is for my move. So it says discard another card from your hand to get a move 3, plus I'm going to get a move, another move 2. Okay, and that will give me, I don't want to get the red. You know what, hold on a second, that would be 5. I just discarded it. I'm going to use that one instead. So I will use that green, red, and discard another card from your hand. I did this one already. For the same thing, and then I can go 5. So that's 2 there. So I have 3 left, and I'm going to do another one of these. So this one's going to go right here. Okay. And that gives me a Mage Tower and a green. This one gets, so these I need to verify. At night rules. At night is more difficult. Okay, let's see. Okay, terrain costs. At night it's more difficult to travel through forest. Oh, you know what? I forgot about that. 2. Yeah. Okay, so I did 2. That's fine. That's 4. So, forest, so beware, it's not good to be surrounded by deep forest when the night round starts. On the other hand, it's easier to travel through desert at night. If you want to cross large deserts, it may be advantageous and position yourself as night. During the day, you are able to see what is that ruins location anywhere on the map, and also the enemies defend keeps and majors. If someone is close enough, you also still see rampaging enemies. In fact, you do not need to see them. You can just listen to what the horrifying villagers say about the malicious attacks. Alright, so those, I just want to make sure that these still flip over. So we have another guy with 4. Wow, that's going to be a thing. So I basically went 2, 4, and I moved 5, so I got one more spot. And I can't move anywhere, so I stay in there, in that position. Okay, and if I have any more movement, I do have one more movement I could use. Could move 2. That would be perfect. Alright, so I will move 2 more. That would be my other movement of 2. And I'll go here. And the village. Where's my village card? My village card's right. Oh, here it is. I could plunder, but I really want to. You know, if I plunder, I get 2 more cards. So I could do that this turn. I'll plunder, so I get 2 more cards. 1, 2. Okay. And well, this goes down to 0. Okay. But I also flip the card, so I get it here. So I got 1 more command unit. I can do 1 more unit. And I'm at 3 armor class now instead of 2. And I still get 5 cards. So see if I can do anything else in this turn. I did my actions, but I do have. Alright, so I can gain a crystal, so I will do that. I gain a green crystal. That can go into my inventory. Oh, and then I can already used the dice, so I can't use that right now. So I get 2 cards. 1, 2. Alright. And that's my turn, so then I re-roll this. This is red, these get discarded. And that's my turn. Alright, so it's his turn. He got white, so that's the only one he gets. Alright, let's see what I have here. So I can do an influence check if I want to see how many influence I got. Well, that's going to make me go down 1 more. But that's 5. Oh, that's a pretty good card though. Seven. Let's see, I have influence 2. Okay, I have influence 5, so I can do 2 cards. So I'm thinking I'm going to take this Magic Familiar. So I'm going to do my action. I'm not going to move this turn. So I'm going to do influence 2. Oh no, I'm sorry, not this. Not influence 2. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to go influence 5. Plus, I need 2 more. So. I'll do this one. Oh no, I want to do that one. I'll do this one. And you know what? Shoot, I don't want to do that either. I will do these 2. So that gives me influence to 7. Alright, and I will take. I think I'll take this one, the Savage Monks, and I will do that. Okay, and I think that's my turn for now. Then I will reroll this dice. This goes depleted, and then these get discarded. Okay, so I have 2 cards left, so I get 1, 2, 3. Okay. Alright, so it's his turn. Got a red, so he gets to move, take another card. Alright, let's see here. Ooh, yes. That may help me. Yes, I will. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my skill, so I get 1 crystal. Red crystal, and I can get 1 red token if I want. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. And first thing I'm going to do is move 2. So I'm going to move 2. So that goes here. Alright, and then I'm going to use my firebolt. Range, entire attack. Oh, that's. No, there's no forfeit. So, range of fire attack 3. And I'm using my my mana. It gives me a 3, so this guy goes bye bye. And that means I get 4 fame. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. And that's my action. So then this gets discarded, and these get discarded. Alright. And then I get 2 more cards. Alright. Now it's his turn. So he got a blue, so he gets 2. 1, 2. Alright. My turn. Do I really want to attack that guy? Because it's going to give me. Oh, that reminds me. I have to get the keep. Let's see what it can do here first before I decide to do it. But my rotation. Oh, I just got that increased up. Yeah, that's perfect timing. So, So Mage Tower says, while unconquered can be assaulted and you get a reputation -1, defending the enemy is fortified. Defending the enemy is fortified. If successfully solved and mark it with a shield token and gain a spell as a reward. Okay. So he is fortified. So I need to see if I can. And the problem is I do have a siege. I do not have a green. Let's see if I can get a green. I don't think so. When you play this, play another. I need a green now. Ah, it sucks. Oh, I do have a green. What am I talking about? When you play this card, action card with it, gets a strong effect of the card for free. If that effect gives you move, plans block a type attack, get that amount plus 2. Okay, that'll work. Alright. So I will do that. I'm gonna flip this over. And let's see what he's got. He's got protected by fire. Wow. So, do I really want to attack that guy? Man, help me then. Oh, it's protected by fire, but not by ranged attack. Not by siege. Okay, that's fine. So, yeah, it doesn't have any. So he's got a 5. Do I have a siege attack I can use? Let's see. That one, let me verify that real quick. That is, I think, resistance. Our resistance works the same way that physical resistance on enemy. Now we can count enemies resistant to fire, ice, or even multiple types of attacks. So right now he's resistance to fire, but I probably can do. He's not. So I could use this. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So I'm gonna do. Okay, so I'm gonna use this. That goes green. Pistol. So that gives me siege attack 6 total. Oh, that'll go over. So he's gone. So this guy is gone. Alright. Siege attack. And so this one is used. And basically I get a spell and I get to put my fortify that there. And I get a spell. So range attack 5, fire attack 5. Then you turn move spaces, explore new files that are 2 spaces away. Choose a color, gain a crystal for the chosen color to the inventory. Each other player must discard a spell or action. Color from their hand, or reveal the hand to show. I think I'll take this one, fireball. And this goes in my hand. So then these get refreshed. Okay. And I go down 1. Okay. And that's I think my turn to attack. So yeah, so that's it. So this gets discarded. Alright, and his turn, he's got a red, so he gets to move 1 red. Alright. Alright, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in my hand already. What do I want to do? I'm gonna have to move. Have any influence? Well, I do, but the thing is, I don't know, any. So, let's see, how many moves? I got 2, I got 4, I got 6. So I can go 6. So I can go 1, 2, 3. That's 6. So I will do 6 of them. D6. Okay. And then I think I'll shoot, that's gonna take me down to 0 again. So I will flip this, and he's got a swift. He doesn't have any. Oh, this is gonna be easy. So I'm gonna do a ranged attack with this red. Boom. And take this guy out. This guy's gone. So I put another shield here. I take a reputation of 1 down, and let's see, that's for the keep. And it's 4-5 substitute shield, and you now on the keep. Your keep. You can recruit units with the keep icon. If you end your turn on adjacent or keep your own, hand them one higher to each keep you own. Oh, you can recruit units with the keep icon here. If your end of turn on or adjacent to a keep, you own, your hand limit is one higher than each keep you own. Okay, so that means I have one card, so I can get 6. So that's 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then these, I'm gonna put in my discard pile. Okay, and that's my turn. Okay, so I think it's a good stopping point. We're almost halfway done with the game. I still have 4 cards left for the night phase, and then we'll go to the day round. But I think it's a long enough video for the first part. We will continue on the second part. I will be filming that tomorrow, and hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. Any comments or suggestions of any games that you would like to see, please put in the comments, or improving the channel would be great. Please put any recommendations you would like to put down. Also, anything else? Oh, some news. I got 2 new games. I got the Tenaris. I'm waiting on one more box. As soon as I get that, we can start playing that. That's going to be a really interesting game. It's a campaign-driven game. I'm really excited about that game. It's got a bunch of painted miniatures, pretty cool. To bring that out. And also, we have, what's the other game? I forget what the other game is right now. Oh, and we also have Frosthaven. So I haven't done that yet, so that will be also in the future. So we'll be doing that. But next episode will be the part 2 of this, and we'll get it all finished and hopefully get some good points. I'm doing pretty well right now. I'm pretty satisfied with what I'm doing. I'm clearing all the stuff out I need to clear out. Haven't had any damage yet. That's a good thing. So we'll see how the AI gets worse. It gets worse and worse every round, because he's going to get more crystals and he's going to get more cards drawn. So I'm not going to have as many turns as I usually would have. So we'll see you on the next video. But thank you guys for watching, and take care now.